Hi everyone, welcome to Brisbane Talk Show with Dr. Noel. I'm Reena Agustin and it is a pleasure to have you, Doctor, again in the show to talk about marvels of your mind. What do you mean by that?
That itself is a marvelous question because we don't realize that we are all marvelous people. If you don't wonder that you are a marvel in this world, I think you are wasting your life's opportunities. So I did a research on what is these marvels of the mind. So I went through the history and reviewed the last 20 centuries. In the last 20 centuries, the 19th centuries till 1900, there wasn't any spectacular discoveries or inventions in the world. There were wars and fights and a couple of minor incidents here and there. Kings and emperors. Your history is only talking about that Alexander the Great waged war against, that Napoleon Bonaparte waged war against. So all these wars and fights. But in the 20th century, something dramatic things have happened. So those dramatic things are not comparable to the 19th century's development. So it is not an evolutionary process. It is something suddenly, like an explosion, the minds of human beings have opened up to a totally different dimensions. People were walking, and in 1900, someone discovered the flight. So there was a flying took place in 1900. If you see that last 100 years of achievement, various things have happened. The computers, the PCs, the telephones, the smartphones, the iPhones, and computer accessories, DVDs, and you name anything, everything what you see today and what you experience, your laptops, everything is an invention of the human beings in the last 100 years.
Yes.
So when I was trying to understand why this has happened, how this has happened, I think various eminent people, starting from Albert Einstein and then Benjamin Franklin, Leonardo da Vinci, and Ralph Waldo Emerson, so these people, Carl Jung, they literally spent time in understanding the dynamism of mind. What is this mind? The mind is the property God has given to you to explore the possibilities of the beautiful nature. So these people spent their lifetime in trying to find out what is the connection between the nature and the human mind. And they found there is a relationship. There is a connectivity between the nature and the human being. Mm-hmm. If the nature is, they call macrocosm, the human beings are the microcosm. The meaning is you are part of the nature. You are not different. What is nature is you. If there is a sun, you are also a part of the sun. If there is a moon, you are part of the moon. So this understanding, people started, realizing, yes, there is a connectivity and there is something special in a human being. Because the thinking process has taken place in a different dimension. They scientifically probed the beauty, the uniqueness, the treasure of the mind.
So does that mean you are what you think?
Yes, you are what you think, but the peculiarity of the mind is different. The peculiarity of the mind, it has a dimension which can open up the universal secrets, right, to you. So all these inventors and discoverers and the specialists, they had the heart to find out the secret which God has created, right? So the discovery is an exploration of the mind. So the mind is able to perceive the uniqueness of certain attributes. So these attributes, like Alexander Fleming, when he discovered penicillin, it was a discovery which is unimaginable. Mm-hmm. There were never something which can treat infection.
Correct.
Right? So penicillin was the drug of choice, which was called the life-saving drug. And that Madame Curie of radiation, MRIs, all these discoveries are not dropped out from the heaven to somebody. Every individual took some serious efforts to find out certain answers to the problem.
Yeah.
They were the solution providers. So, but why they took so much of interest which others did not do? This is where the marvels of the mind will reflect. Everyone has got the potential, but very few tap on that because of the consistent efforts. So, if I can define you, what is this? How can you say that you have the marvels of the mind, right? The definition of the mind is your mind has got two levels. The two levels, one level is called your conscious mind or a conscious level. The second one is a subconscious level. The conscious mind is what you see, what you hear, and what you talk, what you feel. All these things are conscious awareness, right?
Yeah.
When you are consciously connected to all your environment, you get information, and those informations, when you register it seriously, those informations go down or percolate down to the next level, which is called the subconscious level.
So conscious mind is the now, the present?
No, conscious mind is an awareness through your senses.
Okay.
So all your five senses are called the recording machines, right? So what you see, what you hear, and what you talk, what you eat, and how you feel, all these things are the gateways, or the windows to your perceptions. So you make all your studies and evaluations based upon your conscious mind. You don't normally decide based upon your subconscious mind. So the secret of these marvels of the mind is shutting down this conscious mind and going down to your subconscious mind and then trying to see what that subconscious mind does. Okay. So it is like a garden. In a garden, you sow a seed, right?
Yeah.
So the garden is like a conscious mind. But when you sow a seed, that seed goes deep inside and then starts working and comes out. So what comes out is what you have sown as a seed, right? But the seed, to get a dimension, it must have the right environment.
Yeah.
Maybe the right water, the right air.
Right soil.
Right soil. So when all this environment is taking place substantially, it germinates and comes out. When it comes out, you cannot imagine what it can really do. Not just a small little leaf. It grows into a tree with branches and fruits, right? When you sow a seed, you don't realize it is going to come out as a fruit like that. Right? The same way, when you entertain a thought in your mind, the thought goes and settles down in the subconscious mind. It's a bed. When that registers, that will start working in its own way. So that's how the dreams and the visions and the goals, when all these things are the product of a subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, because it has all the registered data, like the computer disk, it has got all the registered data. But those data, when it will really come out, you wouldn't know.
So how do we reach to subconscious mind? How do we tap into it?
Yeah, it normally takes place, in a natural way. Okay. Whatever your observations, whatever you eat, whatever you taste, all these things get settled down in a subconscious mind. But the subconscious mind doesn't get activated unless there is certain activity going on. So if you see the inventions of most of the people, those inventions are not a day's effort. They continuously keep on doing and doing and doing. So when you're consistently applying your mind and energies into the existing situation, it grows and grows and grows into a dimension. So that's why all the significant achievements are the growth of 99% perspiration, hard work, continuous labor, consistent effort.
Consistency.
So all these things will lead you to a significant achievement.
Okay.
But many people do not have the power of persistence.
And why is that?
That's the weakness of the mind. That's why the marvels of the mind is how do you strengthen your mind.
So how do we train it? Is there a program that we can follow? How do we train it?
There are several methods. So one such method is meditation. The process of meditation is not just closing your eyes and then thinking of doing some jabas or prayers. No, it is arresting your thoughts, right, and allowing, right, your mind's not to work or your brain not to work, but just to calm down. When it calms down, something else will be working. So that work is energy. That energy stimulates your nerves at the subconscious level. It hits on the neurons in the brain, which is where the subconscious action takes place, and drives you down to your heart. So the subconscious process is filled with always emotions, love and emotions. So when that's what passionately when you work, the emotions takes place and drives you to a consistent effort, right? The people who achieve significant things, they got such a deep-rooted interest in whatever they have been doing it.
And a drive to go get into action.
So that is heart's drive. The heart, when it works, right, it doesn't work like the mind. The mind always works based upon rationality, analysis, facts and figures and data. But the heart doesn't work on data. It works on experience, the loving experience, the emotions that were connected. So that's why people with the heart can penetrate the heaven and the earth, because that has got a superpower compared to the brain. So the marvels of the mind, when it is driven by the heart, it explodes into greater dimensions.
Wow. Right? You explained it so simply. Absolutely. If you have the drive, go act upon it, right? Like, go do it. The reason why I'm asking this question of like, how can a person find out that they are seeking subconscious mind and taking the information from that? So you said it comes naturally, right? It comes naturally only if you have this environment and the circumstances that you grow up in is good. Is that correct?
Yes, in a way it's correct. Yeah. But if I can clarify you the difference between the two minds. The conscious mind is also called a subjective mind, and subconscious mind is an objective mind. So if I can define you what is this objective mind and the subjective mind, you will be able to understand the conscious level and the subconscious level.
Okay.
Now, for example, the objective mind, it is otherwise called the objective mind is otherwise called the conscious mind, which deals with the outward objects. Like you are seeing me, right? Your eyes recognize who I am. So this is an objective approach. So you are a subjective person and I am an objective person too. For me, you are an objective person and I am a subjective person. So this is what the objective mind records. It does not go beyond that. If it doesn't see, it doesn't do anything. Mm-hmm. The mind becomes blank.
Yeah.
Right? That is the purpose of an objective mind.
Okay.
And the objective mind is aware of the world only through its observations. That means physical senses.
Yeah. What you see.
Yeah, what you see. And the second one is, this objective mind guides you like a director in contact with the environment. And you gain knowledge through your five senses. So the strength of an objective mind or a conscious mind is whatever you see. That's why you should know what to see, what to hear, and what to taste. Right? You see a wrong film, you get a dirty dream.
Yeah.
Right? You hear wrong music, right? Your body gets disturbed. It gets agitated. You get a shouting or an anger. Your body gets disturbed.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't close your ears when there is a different noise coming in, there's different drumming coming in, you're affecting yourself. When you eat your food, right? You eat a wrong food, right? You get diarrhea, dysentery.
Absolutely.
Right?
It affects immediately.
Isn't it? So if you don't control the senses, it is affecting your subconscious level. Because the subconscious level is called a registration body. Whatever you are feeding, it happily receives and it registers.
Yeah.
Right? So you have already fed enough wrong thoughts and wrong informations, negative thoughts, it gets settled down happily. So you are creating continuously certain wrong thoughts, it becomes a very strong bed of informations, recorded, registered. And it doesn't give it back easily because it is well registered.
Yeah.
So your future thoughts and actions are depending upon whatever you have registered. That's why when you are young, if you have registered all the wrong thoughts, wrong connections and everything, you have formed a base for your future.
Yeah.
Right? Suddenly one does not become a thief or a robber. Right? These are all registered.
Habits and practices over the years. Yeah.
Right? So you have allowed certain things to pass through your body, through your senses, and it has formed a base, and that base will start working without you knowing about it. It may come in your dream, it may come in your actions, an impulsive action. It is not just an impulsive action. It is what you have registered some time back, which you may not be even aware of it. Right?
Yes.
So that is why one should be very, very careful of what you feed through your senses. See a pornography, you get tempted to do a wrong thing. Right? Eat junk food, yes, you will get a disease. Right?
Wow.
You hear the wrong thing? Yes, it has a ramification. So all these things are within your power. And when you allow the wrong things to enter, the same way, to keep on nurturing the good thoughts, the virtues are developed. So good habits are not a product of an instant activity. It is developed over a period of time. Someone does not become noble overnight. It is, the character is built up over and over and over a period of time. So if someone is genius or someone is noble, someone is great, someone is successful, it is a continuous efforts of certain consistent activities which created you, that unique personality in you.
So it's not an overnight success.
It is not an overnight success.
Over time, over the years, you have worked for it,
Yes.
done your action, and you've reached here.
Yes.
Wow. And you've got here subjective mind.
Yeah. So that is where the secret of the nobility, the secret of the marvel rests, right? Because many people do not understand what is this subconscious mind, right?
Absolutely, it is. It is, yeah.
So there is that's a psychologist called Joseph Murphy, who has written a book on your subconscious mind, the marvels of your subconscious mind. And when you go through that book, you will know that you have another power, a latent power, which is operating your life. Sometimes you wanted to do certain things, and your inner conscience or inner urge will tell you, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't go there. Don't meet a person. Don't marry the guy. Don't fall in love with this girl. Your intuition will tell. But that intuition is the power of the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is connected to the universal data. It is not only connected with your own impressions of your past life or past activities. It is connected internally to the universal data. So that's why all these big scientists, it is not that they are extraordinarily brainy guys, right? But they had the power to draw or collect the information from the environment. That environment is not what you see a physical environment. They are invisible environments.
Wow.
So that's why sometimes you may think you may think about a person in America and he will recognize that you are talking to him. You are speaking to him like over a phone.
Yeah.
This simultaneous reaction takes place which only a subconscious mind can do. It can travel fast as with the lightning speed, right? So the power of subconscious, whoever is understanding, right, they start operating on the subconscious mind. During waking up, they will be just normal persons. But when they sleep, right, they dream, right, they get connected to this universal power.
Okay.
And some of them, even right when they dream, there is a person called Edgar Casey in America. He's called Sleeping Prophet in 1950s. So that one person, right, he will go to a trance situation, just lying down, closing his eyes, and you ask a question, right, from a distant place, like maybe 500 or 1,000 kilometers away. He will recognize you, your voice, your problem. He will identify your solution. He will identify your problem and give a solution and give a remedy for it.
Oh my God, that's a miracle.
Yeah, many people have cured. There is thousands and thousands of incidences where he was able to cure certain incurable diseases just by an auto suggestion, right? Like a hypnotic therapy.
Wow.
So, like that, when people have done certain marvelous things like this, you know that they are empowered with certain unique powers. That unique power comes from the subconscious mind.
Wow. So,
right?
Can we conclude by saying that your mind is your miracle? Conscious mind and subconscious mind. If you tap into the subconscious mind, you can go create wonders.
Absolutely, you're
fantastic,
correct. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Pleasure having you always, and thank you so much for sharing this amazing knowledge.
Hope you have found it useful.
Absolutely, marvels of your mind. Thank you.